After 6 months in Bali, we decided to come back to Europe. I'm in Italy right now, I'm in Sardinia, in my island. And the reason why we left Bali is that despite what we see in social media, there is a reality of Bali that is not shared. And I hope with this video that you can understand better what is going on in this beautiful island in Indonesia and make your own decisions. So we arrived in Bali in June 2025, and as soon as I put a foot in this land, I could feel this beautiful embrace, beautiful sensation of mother. I really felt welcomed, and I really felt that it was a beautiful, beautiful place to stay. And it actually was. The thing that I loved the most very, very soon in Indonesia is the people, the Balinese people. I lived in Bali before in 2023, but I was in Ubud for 2 months during my yoga teacher training. And I have to say, in Ubud, there is a kind of different energy than Canggu, where I stay this time. I feel like there is more spirituality, but it's the kind of spirituality that is also fake spirituality, in according to me. And so there is this kind of energy, very dense and very of trauma, I would say. And it's the reason why I decided to not stay in Bali the first time. But this time, when we came to Canggu, I have to say the energy was pretty different. Again, I love people. I love Indonesian, love Balinese people. They are so kind. They always smiling. They're always gentle. They're always soft, and they're always so welcoming. So this is the thing that is gonna stay in my heart forever, is the people and the amazing and beautiful wellness thing that you can do. So of course the prices are different than Europe and America, and so we could do so many therapies. I did oxygen therapy, ozone therapy, I did lymphodrainage, I did saunas, and so many things that I don't even remember, for a price that you can't actually find in Europe, I have to say. But as long as we were staying in Bali, I started realizing some aspect of this island that I really didn't appreciate, and is the amount of construction first that are going on in the island, because people are is the most populated island in the world as today, and you can really feel it. They are constructing and building villas everywhere, and is becoming to a point that they're destroying the rice field, they're destroying the land. And when there is a really heavy rainy season, because they are constructing so much, the land can't even um, the environment is not good enough to avoid floods and other problem in the land. The people, the actual Balinese people, don't find affordable houses anymore to live, because the prices are prices that are made for the Western people. And so they have to live very far in the land and come to work in the more touristic area, and sometimes it's going to take even 1 hour and more to come there. And and of course the noise, there's no constant noise everywhere, because they're building and building and building. I saw an advertising recently, an Italian person that was doing an advertising about how profitable and how amazing it is to build your villa in Bali, that if you want to make money, come build your villa in Bali. And I comment on that video, because they are making an advertising not considering so many things. For example, yes, of course, um you pay, I don't know what to say in English, you pay the work, the people that work in your villa, that make the construction people are people that coming from other island and flying. And sometimes, in order to, when they have to live in Bali to build a villa during the period time, they build these little houses built of, I don't know, paper and they live there for the time they have to build the villa. They don't have any security, any protection. They work in flip-flop. It's just horrible. Of course you don't pay them much, but you're not considering their safety, you're not considering their living condition, and you're not considering also the villa and the way it's constructed is not even, of course, it's not quality. So yes, everything is about money, making more money and using the land and using the people, and not even caring learning their culture, not even care to learning their language. I don't know. This is something that I really don't appreciate it. And the other thing that I didn't appreciate is the amount of traffic and pollution that is going on, because and in the summer is horrible. You have to imagine, everyone wants to go to Bali because they are seeing this trend in social media, but when you actually come to Bali, you can spend so much time in the traffic in the scooter, and it's better that you don't take a car, because if you take a car, you're gonna arrive after tomorrow. It's no sense. And you spend so much time in the traffic breathing these gases from scooter that of course are no control. So it's absolutely not healthy, and it's absolutely a nightmare to move in Bali. And the health part for me is one of the main value, and is the most important thing. The pollution, you always have to have a mask when you are in the traffic, but even with that you're breathing. And as it wasn't enough, because they don't have a wasting a waste process proper made, they burn plastic constantly. So you can find people burning plastic really close to your villa, and if they're not burning plastic, they're burning the rice field, and that's horrible, and it's so toxic. So you breathe in all these fumes constantly. So you have the pollution, the noise, the pollution of the traffic, the pollution in the air, the pollution of the plastic. And of course, there is the famous Bali belly. So you have to be very careful when you eat outside in Bali in restaurants, because um, the main problem is that, of course, they don't have the same hygiene that we have in Europe or even USA. And you can easily take this non Bali belly that is poisoning and be completely out for days. Thank God, because of the way I live, because of the way I eat, I didn't get any of that. But I did get some infection and some E. coli, because I ate outside sometimes in a restaurant that was also called The Cure, which didn't cure me at all. And I got some infection different times, at least 2 or 3 times I got infection. So bladder infection, vaginal infection, and just because I ate outside. Thank God to all the things that I do, a medical medium, I was able to clean it without medicine, without anything. And please, if you're interested in healing your body, go watch my video about medical medium. But anyway, so even trying to eat out inside, so cooking myself, I had to create an old process to avoid to the most that as much as I could, using the tap water, because in the tap water there's lead, there's metal, there's poison. It's just horrible. It's better that you don't even wash your teeth with that. Even if some people I know they do it, I don't know how they survive until now, but they do it. But it's, if you're very delicate, if your stomach or if you're sensitive, it's better that you avoid completely the tap water. So when I bought the grocery from an organic farm, and I will talk about the costs of living in Bali just in a minute. When I was buying fruit, vegetable and fruits, I put it in the sink and I only use normal water, so drinkable water, to clean them with sodium bicarbonate, and then to rinse them, I have to still use the drinking water and not the tap water, because even that you are just putting back the virus, bacteria, and pollution in your veggies. So it was a long process to cook inside, and that's one other thing. And I'd say we were spending $600 a month for groceries, which you would say, I'm in Indonesia, spend less. If you want to spend less, you don't have to eat organic, and you have to eat in this warung, and it's your own risk to to catch any virus and body belly thing. For me and the way I eat and the way I live, it was impossible. So even the organic things have a price that is according to Western prices. And um, and then people say, oh, Bali is cheap, I want to go to Bali, is cheap, etc. It depends on the way you decide to live. The villa we were paying, that was in an area that was not too close to the traffic, not too close to. It was in the front of the rice field, so sometimes we had fumes entering the house, but it was quiet. It was nice. It was 2,100 dollars, and it was a very nice villa with a pool in front of the rice field, to bed. I had an oven. It's very rare to add an oven. To have an oven is very rare. To have impossible, I would say, have a dishwasher, because the water is so polluted that I'm pretty sure it would destroy the dishwasher. So not even bother to try. And this is the other thing. I don't know how I could see myself having a family in an environment that is no efficient and comfortable enough. Even just the fact that if I want to go with my baby to a place to another, I would have my baby here in front of me while I'm driving the scooter. I don't even drive the scooter. My fiance drives the scooter. So I would be blocked in the house unless we decide to go together somewhere. So we would be at three in the scooter, which is completely normal in Asia anyway. But would I feel comfortable? Would I feel secure in the traffic with the baby and the baby breathing all these fumes? I honestly don't think so. And again, in order to have a more comfortable life, you want to have your dishwasher, and you want to have the possibility to even just order the things that you want. And there is some kind of things like Amazon from Asia, but you don't find real quality there, I feel. And so again, it can be cheap to live in Indonesia if you have a certain kind of style, if you buy and rent a certain kind of house, if you eat in a certain way. But if you want to have a healthy lifestyle, if you want to take care of yourself, you want to be sure to have everything you need and not to live in the middle of the traffic and the pollution it's gonna sometimes be more expensive. It could be more expensive. So there is this reality about Bali. There is absolutely no described in social media, but it's a reality. I feel like the best way to discover a place is always to trust yourself and go live in the country and experience by yourself. I had an amazing time. I love again Balinese people. That's the thing that I miss the most, and I love the most, and it will stay in my heart forever. I did so many activity while I was there. I did pottery and did couture. I did roller skating. So I there's so much. I did dancing. There's so much because again, it's very westernized. And the gym are amazing. You can find prices around $150 and $200 for gyms, which I find ridiculous, but they have really good gyms. They actually have restaurant and spa and wellness center. It is very, very, very nice. Like it's not a gym, it's more than a gym, let's be honest. You can find also other prices more affordable, but it's not the same quality. So again, it depends as any other place in the world. So if you go to Bali thinking, oh, I'm going to spend 1,500 euros a month, you can, but it goes with a lifestyle that, that it comes with a certain lifestyle, etc. Again, for me, at the end of the day, sometimes our body, our energy, our whatever it is moves in a country. We experience something, and I have to say, it's a beautiful country to purify. I feel like it's a vortex like Mexico, and when I was living in Mexico, I experienced something that cleansed me and healed me. I had to go there. So there is something bigger than just our mind saying, I want to go there because this and this. There is something that make us go and guide us in a certain country, in a certain place to heal, to experience something, to live something. And once it's finished, what's in done, sometimes we move to another part of the world because there is something else that is ready energetically for us in that place. And that's beautiful. So even if we think that we decide with our mind, decision take us. It is not us taking decisions. So if you're thinking to go to Bali, just trust this movement that is coming and go explore, and you see why you had to go there. And this is my advice. Take account of these things. There are also reality when you go there. I hope this video helped you. If it's the case, put a comment. Thank you for watching. Bye.